5 months ago, I had a job title, a good salary, and a calendar packed with meetings. This morning, I lie beside my daughter and listen to her breathe. I watch the night come through the curtains, and that question come back again. What am I actually doing? I've been trying to figure out the answer. I get up carefully, trying not to wake her. I make breakfast and also going to prepare an Asian Chinese summer drink. A few days ago, I found a gray hair on my hand. So lately, I've been adding some hair-healthy foods to my breakfast. Small things, but there is a reason to them that I have started to appreciate. Or maybe I only noticed now because I finally have the time. Back in finance, mornings were all about speed. Wake up, get dressed, get out the door. Now I stand at the counter and wait and think. That's the thing nobody tells you about living a busy career. You don't suddenly feel free. First, you notice the silence, and the silence has a lot to say.
Who bought the bread for you?
Grandma. But on the pig.
Pig!
A slow morning with my daughter, breakfast, and fresh lotus seeds. I get my drink ready and hand out around 10 a.m. I'm going to take the metro, but I'm not going to an office anymore. I used to ride the metro like this, and I felt the weight waiting for me at the other end. A meeting, a deadline, something that actually matters. The pressure was uncomfortable, but it also gave me clarity. It told me exactly who I was and what my role was. For 8 years, I had that, a title, an office, numbers I was responsible for. No matter how I felt about the job on any given day, I always knew what I was doing. I always had an answer. When people asked, "What do you do?" I left 5 months ago. Now I film things. I edit videos. I try to figure out what's worth seeing. I grew up in a small town in rural China. I see that not because this is a story of a struggle. It isn't, but where I come from shapes the way I see success. And for a long time, I believed in a very specific version of it. Study hard, get into university, leave the countryside, find a stable job, get married, have a child, build a life in the big city. I did every one of those things. And for a long time, it felt good. When the people around you look at your life and nod, it feels like you belong. I didn't realize how much I depended on that feeling until it started to fade. When I left finance, I didn't just lose a job. I lost the version of myself that was easy for other people to understand. I think a lot about how much of what I call confidence is actually built on other people's approval. Not because I'm weak. I think it just happens when you spend decades inside one definition of success. It becomes the way you measure yourself, even when you are completely alone. Letting go of that is its own kind of work. I liked having a path and something I could look ahead at and see that's the next step and then the one after that. What I'm doing now doesn't have clear edge. There's no obvious way to tell if I'm making progress. Some weeks it feels like I'm building something real. Other weeks I honestly have no idea what I'm doing or whether any of this is going anywhere. Is this going anywhere? Am I wasting time afford to waste? I don't have answers. I'm learning to be okay with that. I'm at the study room now. The study room is simple, good lighting. I fit in fine here. Some days I sit here and I feel like I'm building something, even if I can't fully see its shape yet. Other days I think I spent 8 years in finance and now I'm sitting in a quiet room editing videos of my own face. Around midday, I go get a haircut. I sit in the chair and look at myself in the mirror, which is a strange experience when you are still figuring out who you are. I'm going to have lunch. Lunch is McDonald's. just a simple combo meal. Five months ago, it was business lunches, client dinners, restaurants with a purpose. Now it's McDonald's, a no on a Tuesday. And honestly, it isn't sad. It's actually okay. But I do feel the contrast. This quiet, ordinary, unplanned day. This is what I choose. And I'm still figuring out how I feel about that. I'm caught between who I was and who I'm trying to become. Between the version of success I was raised to want and whatever it is I'm reaching for now. Between a path that makes sense to everyone around me and this new unscripted thing I'm trying to build. But I don't think I'm stuck. I think this is just what it feels like to be in the middle of something, to leave one thing behind and not fully arrive at the next yet. Nothing remarkable happens today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.